Hey guys, welcome back to Riding the Pine. Today's show is proudly brought to you by our sponsors, Game Day, Bathroom Brilliance, and obviously Alpha Exteriors. So we're here on day 2, and I thought as we gear up to the women's final, why not get a women's superstar in Maddie Erwin? Welcome to the show, Maddie.
Thanks for having me.
So, a little bit of sort of background. Obviously, not many people in the men's side may not be aware of you. I put my hand up. I wasn't one of those. But I want to get to know you more. So give the audience a bit of a background detail of, firstly, like who's Maddie Erwin?
Baseball and then work is kind of my life at the moment. I work as an exercise physiologist, which is super duper fun, and then obviously lots of baseball, especially in the lead up to the World Cup. But yeah, I've played since I was in kindergarten, so since 2008.
So how old are you now?
I'm 24.
Okay, 24.
Yeah, so I played since kindergarten. I started playing T-ball up in Sydney, and then when we moved to Canberra when I was 10, I joined a Canberra club, and then now I play up in Sydney for the Blacktown Workers. And then, yeah, I've represented a couple of different teams at nationals levels and stuff, and then I made my first World Cup last time in 2023, and then I'm headed away in later this month.
Well, yeah. We'll dive into that a bit later, but obviously let's, so firstly, how did you get started within the baseball space? Like, what got you into it? Was it a friend, a family member? What was it?
A bunch of the kids in my kindergarten class actually played T-ball, and they needed an extra player, and they asked my mom. They were like, "Oh, you'll be home by like 10 a.m. It's good fun. The kids get amongst it." And then Mom was like, "Sure." I joined, and then fell in love with it, and kind of gone through all my age groups through up until this point. So yeah.
Nice. And obviously, transitioning from the Canberra side to Sydney side, what was the, I guess, official push to make you... Are you living in Sydney now?
So I live in Canberra.
Okay.
We moved there when I was 10 for my dad's work. And then once I got a bit older, we just kind of came into the Sydney League just to get some more competition, some more higher level women's comp and everything like that. So it's been good fun.
So the women's comp, is that the state league for Sydney?
Yeah, so it's a women's Division 1. So.
Yeah, I play for MacArthur Orioles.
Yeah.
So you're playing with the Blacktown Workers.
Yeah.
And the Blacktown Workers tend to have a big group of like the Aussie players, don't they?
Yeah, we've got a strong side. We've all kind of made our way through the juniors up into the seniors. I didn't play for the Blacktown juniors, but I think a couple of the girls on our team did. But yeah, it's got a great development system there. Yeah. Like the coaches are next level and everything like that. So.
And I think another strong club is the Ride Club. Is it pretty sort of, they collect a lot of big arms and a lot of sort of big players. And so how do you find the overall competition of the women? It's a pretty strong competition?
Yeah, it's pretty strong. And even all the juniors coming through are really like quite strong and developing. And it's just getting bigger and better each year, which is great.
Is there anything in Canberra that sort of simulates the women's comp in Sydney?
So we don't currently have a women's comp in Canberra. We did a couple of years ago, and then we just didn't get enough players, unfortunately. But I think they're trying to build back one up. And obviously our team here is a great help towards that, raising some awareness that there is kind of that women's group that want to play. And it's just getting more numbers, and now obviously one team can't make a competition, so it's just building it up from there. But it's a great, we've been doing so well, which is
definitely
great.
From what I've seen the team out here on the from what I've seen out on the diamond, you guys have a really good roster, and obviously like many tournaments, pitching rules. So outside of yourself, who else is pitching for the Canberra team?
We've had some workhorses with Jess Bennett, Ellen Bentley's thrown a bunch, Tila Jakes has been throwing, Brie Hosey went out for an innings, and then there's been a couple others on the mound too, but they've kind of been the main big pitchers.
Taking the bulk of innings, yeah.
Oh, and Alyssa also.
Nice. And obviously, we're now into game slot 2, so obviously sort of results are still not known for the grand final, which is good.
Yeah,
keeps things a bit competitive, no sort of flop of a game. You back your chances for a grand final berth, or?
Yeah, obviously losing the last game made it a bit harder for us, but we'll just go out and score some runs and try and keep the runs low, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously it's also dependent on some other results around the ballpark as well, but that's all right.
For sure. All right, well, let's get back into the Emeralds because obviously this is where you shine the most, and obviously everyone knows you from. So the women's team, it's not like the men's where it's sort of like segregated by age group, is it? It's just one big age group.
Yeah, so I think you can be it's like an open women's effectively, but I think 16 is the youngest you're allowed to be on the team. And then it's all the way up until, yeah, I don't
Until
know.
you retire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
effectively, yeah.
So how long have you been a part of the Emeralds roster?
So I joined the squad in 2023. There was a short break between COVID, obviously, but yeah, I made my first squad and ultimately the team in 2023 for the group stage, and then this year's been our next opportunity. So yeah.
And how does one get selected for the roster? Is it an invitational? Is it a trial?
So at nationals, they pick the team effectively, yeah.
And is the nationals a touring around Australia, like different states host a tournament every year, or?
So it's like similar to the 16s and 18s
AYCs, yeah.
But we've got an Australian Youth Women's Championships and Australian Women's Championships, and so you represent your state. I've been representing New South Wales as we haven't had an ACT team, which has been great. But yeah, you represent your state, and then from there they pick it based on performances around.
If Canberra did manage a roster, would you be tempted to play for your hometown, or you kind of like happy where you are at the moment?
I'm happy with where I am, but obviously if Canberra had a team, I think I have to play for where I live. So I'd love to play for Canberra anyways. Like pulling on your home state's cool, but I really love New South Wales as well. So
now, obviously, what's your long-term plan? You're still very young. You make me feel very old at saying 24. But so obviously, is there any? You follow MLB.
Yep.
You're aware of obviously there's like a women's draft now.
Yeah.
Is this something that's sort of a pipe dream, or is it like what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So I got drafted in the Pro League as a 62nd pick for New York.
There you go. See, I told you, you're teaching me, so I'm glad. There you go. You're already in it.
Yeah. So I won't be heading over this year unless like a short-term contract becomes available. So I didn't sign a long-term contract. They only signed 15 for each team. But the opportunity might still be there, obviously, with rosters being small and things like that. So yeah, it's really exciting though. And like we've got 4 Aussie girls heading over, which will be great. And really fun to watch. And then yeah, it's just I think the league will just go from strength to strength and build and grow every year. So yeah, hopefully I get to play in that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not just for yourself, but for Australia. Obviously, you see the things that Travis is doing for Australia.
Yeah.
So to hear that you girls are kind of making waves over there as well, it's great. And we're here at the women's tournament, so obviously this weekend is about women and sort of exposing you and glowing you up a bit, because I think there's a lot more people out there that need to learn who you are and what the Emeralds are doing and where women's baseball is sort of headed.
Yeah, it's going well though. Like it's like as I said, like the juniors are getting stronger and stronger every year. Like the women's game is growing so much in Australia and over the world, so it's great to see.
And if playing doesn't sort of work out in, I'll say, 10 plus years, because you have a long career ahead of you, is there something else that interests you outside of the playing sphere of baseball?
I've done little bits of coaching here and there. Obviously, yeah, long way down the track. It might be something that I have a look at doing like properly. But I've dabbled in little bits and pieces. I was a pitching coach 1 year for the 16s ACT team, which was great fun. And a great development opportunity for myself. But yeah, at the moment it's really just focusing on playing and then maybe looking at coaching in, way down the track.
Yes, look, like I said, it's many years away because obviously you're still very young, healthy, and fit. So it's good to see you out there playing, because I look forward now to sort of tracking your World Cup journey. And so you said obviously the World Cup for you will be in July this year, so a bit later. So obviously today's the 5th of July, so we're talking in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, we head over quite soon, which will be exciting. Like, I'm very keen.
And not just the World Cup, but it's where the World Cup will be hosted. So where are you playing at?
So we're playing in Rockford, Illinois, which is the home of the Rockford Peaches from the original All-American Girls Professional League, or from a league of their own.
So obviously there's a lot more people who love our baseball sort of movies. So yeah, that League of Our Own, it's a very iconic movie. The fact that you're playing it at such a field, that's got to be a fun aspect of it.
Yeah,
right?
It'll be exciting. Yeah, like very, very exciting.
No, that's good. Well, obviously we spoke a little bit off air because obviously you're a bit of a baseball fan yourself, but you said, what was your favorite MLB team?
The Washington Nationals.
And you're a bit upset about what's happening with their roster, aren't you?
Yeah. Look, I don't follow it as much as I used to. I was really like into it when I was a bit younger.
But when they trade good players away, it makes it hard to follow your favourite team.
Yeah, there's some good draft talent, I think, and some younger ones coming through, which is great to see too, though.
Well, definitely. Well, as we wind down, I have a favourite segment I like to play on my show. I'm going to get our cameraman to come a bit closer, aren't we, cameraman? But,
No,
hey, Betty. So, obviously, look who's on the cover.
Hey.
So, Mr. James Wood, who's a very, let's say, franchise cornerstone player for the Nationals. Now, with you being a guest, you get to rip our first cards.
Oh, perfect.
And I'll follow suit.
I haven't done this in ages.
Do you collect cards?
No, I have a card collection at home, but I haven't done it in years. Haven't looked at it.
It doesn't go away.
No. Yeah, chuck this under there.
Yeah, what we got?
Alrighty. I don't even know. Tirso
Ornelius out of the Padres.
Some Justin Turner, Grant Wolfram.
Oh.
Jung-Hoo Lee from the Giants, Willie Castro, and Pico Armstrong.
That's a pretty good sort of cut. That's a good cut pack right there. All right, let's see if I can match you and maybe pull you a good Nationals card or a Texas Rangers card, because that's what we want to see.
Or Houston.
No Houston here. No. Of course we do. So we have a Carlos Correa out of the Houston here. Oh, look at you. Brad Lord out of the Nationals lineup there. We have a Matthew Boyd out of Chicago's. Oh, you got All-Star numbered card to 50 of a Kyle Stowers. Good guy out of the Marlins there.
Hey,
Dylan Cruz. There's a good pick out of the Nationals. And we're going to finish with a rubbish Houston play here, Victor Carantini. But look, hey, that's the name of it. And I think your Washington luck rubbed off on me. But no, look.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, look, that'll kind of wrap us up today. But I'm really glad that Maddie could come on the show. Look, I really hope that you guys make the final. You got a few more innings in you for the rest of the day?
Exactly, yeah. I might head out there again, but we'll see. It obviously depends on how the game's going and how our pitch is going at the moment.
Well, let's wrap it up here so I can go jump back and take some photos for the crowd. But look, guys, thanks for joining the show today. Our show is brought to you by Game Day, and our sponsors, Brilliant Bathroom Brilliance, and our Alpha Exteriors. And we look forward to seeing you on the next show. Stay tuned. Thanks. See ya. One, two.